So I've been getting a lot of questions lately in various chat rooms and Discord channels and stuff about lands, about what it is, how it works, and why it's worth anything, and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be kind of a quick overview of what lands is going to do and why that will be valuable in the game. So the Splinterlands, if you haven't seen it before, it's top or one of the top play to earn games, one of the top applications in all of blockchain, and it's a card battling game. So you have a bunch of cards, and you use these to battle other players in various like in tournaments or in seasons of ranked play. So there's 2 seasons per month. There's tournaments every day with varying kind of rewards. There's guild brawls where you can earn special guild rewards and that kind of stuff. So you battle, you earn DEC. Soon you're also going to be earning SPS potentially. You also get rewards. So every day you have a quest that you can complete for rewards. How much rewards you get depends on what level you're at. And then at the end of every season, you also get additional season rewards. So it's a huge play to earn opportunity. And there's now, I mean, they just came out with a post that there's, I don't know, 150,000 paying users now, something like that. And just growing leaps and bounds ever since the governance token of SPS was released a little over a month ago. So where does lands come in? So lands the land claims have been created. They went on pre-sale back in November of 2020, I think it was, and pretty quickly sold out. So there's 150,000 plots on this continent that was discovered by explorers named Pretoria. And on those plots, once the functionality is created in the next 6 months or so, we're going to be able to mine resources of various kinds because there's 5 different splinters, different teams, plus there's dragons, so there's kind of 6 different teams total, and they're each going to have their own thing. So on these plots of land, we're going to be able to obtain resources and convert those resources into items. They might be spells, they might be gear, they might be, whatever. And what those are going to do is they're going to allow you to take a second stab at beating your opponent. So if we go to my battle log, we can look and see. So this match I lost, and let's just take a quick look at it. Ooh, that's loud. So we're all setting up. I'm going to mute this because that's way too loud for me. So this is the reveal, right? So now I see I used, this particular summoner. She costs 7 mana, and she takes 1 ranged attack away from my opponents, gives my team Void, which decreases damage received from magic attacks, and also casts Affliction on the other team. Affliction prevents the other team from healing, and so they use this summoner, and that decreases my melee attack by 1, decreases my speed by 1, and decreases my health of all my monsters by 1. So I'm looking at this and I'm going, oh crap, this is not a great matchup. They've only got minimal magic attacks, so the Void's not doing much. They have no ranged attacks, so that's not doing much. They have no heals anyways, so my Affliction is not doing anything. So this summoner was a waste. I could have gotten by with a much cheaper summoner. I have this guy in my deck. I could have used him. So at this point, if I had another chance to deploy an item or a spell, maybe I could do something that tips the odds back in my favor. Because just looking at this right away, I know I'm going to lose. So that is where the items manufactured by the lands is going to come into gameplay. So now you have to imagine, okay, we're 6 months in the future, and there's hundreds of thousands of people playing. Everybody's competing for those battle rewards. They're competing in tournaments. They're competing for season rankings. because if you finish at the very top, you have extra winnings on top of just the seasonal rewards that everybody gets in that particular league. So there's a huge incentive to win. And the more people are involved in this, the stronger that incentive is going to be. So any little edge that is created in a battle is going to tip the scales in your favor. That's going to have a huge market value because by increasing your probability of winning, you increase your earnings, and that differential is going to be the marginal utility of those various items that you are either purchasing or renting or what have you. Downstream from that, the lands themselves that enable the production of those things are going to have value. And we know that, so the 150,000 plots were created. There are currently no plans to print or to mint anymore. I know Agrod and Yaba have said on AMAs that if they were to make lands in the future, we're talking, well, one, we're talking years in the future, and two, we're talking lands that would not be as productive as this first batch. So if there are any later on, then they're not going to be as good. And so that makes these 150,000 very valuable. So right now they're trading roughly $500 a plot. And we haven't even gotten any reveal yet. So we're still waiting on the map reveal. Well, once we get that, we will be able to change those claims on lands into actual land plots, and those will be determined NFTs with their own characteristics. You'll have a location, it'll have a type, it'll have a production value as far as like how many if Death Splinter resources it creates a day, and then the lands will need, at least a lot of them at the very least, will need to be improved in order to increase their production capacity. And so that's going to be done using dark energy crystals, which is the in-game currency. So people say, why lands? Why is it worth $500? This is why, because it increases your winnings. And the more competitive the ecosystem is, the more important that little edge is going to be. And given the numbers that we have, and the way the user base is currently exploding, we just signed up 10,000 new users a day. 6 months ago, we had 10,000 total. So I mean, it's just huge increase in terms of users. So that edge becomes more and more important. And so I'm hodling. I'm, like, as Agrod likes to say, I'm panic hodling my lands. I bought 2 regions in the pre-sales. Oh, well, one, yeah, both of them pre-sale, but one was much later in the pre-sale than the other. And I am going to be holding them forever. And what I will be doing is because the Hive technology enables free transactions. There's all kinds of technology, free transactions plus delegation capabilities means that we can do things in Splinterlands that you can't do in other games. We can rent. So almost all of my cards that I own are currently out for rent. All of my plots, or almost all my plots, are going to be rented out to people who are willing to use my grounds in order to produce the items, and then they can go and sell whatever items they produce. So I mentioned in the Discord chat just a few minutes ago that Splinterlands is the most complex, the most economically complex game I've ever seen, and that continues to be true, and I think will remain being true. Especially after we get this whole other layer on the game of lands. So that's what they do, or that's what they will do, and that's why people are willing to pay $500 a piece for lands. Oh, and on top of that, if you own a piece of land, if you own a plot right now, you are getting SPS airdrops daily, for the next 11 months. We're 1 month into the 1-year airdrop. So, those are valuable as well. Anyway, hope that helps clear things up, and see you later.